Hello, my dear family members. I hope all of you are preparing well for your upcoming Cognizant technical round. So today, as I have observed the questions are very easy from cluster 1, cluster 2, cluster 3. All questions are easy and the SQL questions are very easy, but the second coding questions is little bit moderate. And as I have told you guys, the cutoff for all the rounds for technical mainly, if you have solved one coding questions fully and two SQL fully and one HTML CSS JavaScript code at least with two objectives, then you can grab the opportunity to interview round. Okay, and for the cluster 2 you have to at least achieve 60% in the cloud computing so that you can get the access to interview call. Okay, so let me go to the questions of today's session, and the exam is still live. I am going to give you the questions. Okay, so the question is this: given an array of building heights and an integer d, calculate the sum of heights of all tall buildings. A building is considered tall if it is strictly taller than both the building D positions to its left if it exists, the building D positions to its right. That means I plus D and I minus D. Okay, input format, number of buildings, that is an integer, and heights, it is an array of buildings of heights, and also those are integers. Distance D to check the neighboring buildings, and this is the output format. Okay, I'm not reading. So here the sample inputs are provided, so let me just discuss on those. Okay, so basically 1 3 2 1 5 4, so this is the heights of the buildings and this is the size and this is the D. Okay, what is the D? You have to check if this is I, right? This is I value, this is I value, this is I. Every single integer is a value of I. Okay, so if I minus 2 and I plus 2 position is lesser than I, then I is called to be a tall number. Okay, that means what I meant, if let's say this is ith value, I minus 2, it is not exist in it is not existing. I plus 2, it is existing. So if this value is greater than both, which is not existing and which is existing, if it is greater than both, no, it is not greater than 2, so it is not a tall number. Okay, and if this is so 3, so I minus 2 is here, which is not existing. I plus 2 is here, which is existing, and this is what like this, in this case 3 is greater than both. Okay, so that's why 3 will be called as a tall number, tall building. Okay, for 2 it is not a greater value because it is, if I compare with 5, then it is not a tall number, and in case of 1 it is obviously not, and in case of 5 it is greater than I minus 2 and I plus 2, which is not existing. Okay, so it will be told as a tall number. And 4, it is not, is it? Yes, it is. Why? Because it is tall and greater than 1, that is I minus 2, and I plus 2 is not existing here. So in this way 3, 5 and 4, these are all numbers which are tall buildings. Okay, why they are tall? Because it is greater than I minus 2 position and I plus 2 position value. Okay, so this is ith value, I plus 2 is here, I minus 2 is here, and this is ith value here. Let's say I minus 2 is here, I plus 2 is here, so I minus 2 is 2, so it is greater than this 2 value and it is greater than this not existing value. So that's why it is told to be a tall number or tall house. Okay, so that's why we have considered this, and then after configuring which are the tall numbers, we have to add those numbers. So 3 plus 5 plus 4, if I add this, then we'll get 12 as the output. Okay, so this is the sum of all tall numbers, tall buildings. Okay, so I hope you understood. So let me tell you what should be our approach to the solution. That is, let's say at first we can run a for loop. Inside that we can store the value of, left index, that is I minus 2, and the right index, which is I plus 2. Okay, and then we can go through all the elements obviously, and then we can check if the current ith value, I mean heights current value, if it is greater than or lesser than the left index or right index. So we can compare that, and after comparing, if it is greater than both the left and right index, then we can store that inside the third variable, let's say sum. There we can add that heights I value. Okay, so this is the just simple approach we'll follow, nothing else. So I hope you understood. Okay, so after that we will return, after all the iteration, we'll return the sum value, we'll get the desired output. Okay, so let me give you the solutions. So just before that, one announcement for you guys, that is actually for the war, we have decreased the price of all the prime materials, where we have included all the rounds questions from the very first round to interview round materials are available in these. So for the war scenario, we have decreased the price from 89 to 69.59. So guys, please have these materials if you want, and you have a long-term goal, right? You want to sit for TCS, Capgemini, Accenture, Cognizant, Tech Mahindra, Wipro, and many other companies in the upcoming time. Okay, so you must need these materials. So I'm going to actually increase this price to 89 again, because the war has been officially stopped. So I'm going to increase the price. So today is 12th May. I'm going to increase the price on 13th of May. So before that, please purchase and grab the best deal now. Okay, so I hope you will do so. Okay, let me go to the solutions in Java at first. Okay, so let me start from the main function. So we have hard coded the input. So this is the first input. For this, the output should be 12, and this is the second sample input. For this, the output should be 2. Why? Because in this case, the value of D is 1, so it will compare with the neighboring value. Okay, just next to it. So it is compared with this value, and it will be compared with the previous value only. Okay, so that's why it will check that it is greater than the left and the right value, so it will be the output 2. Okay, so let me go to the implementation of this function, calculate tall building sum. Okay, calculate tall building sum, and this is taking 3 arguments, that is the value of the size of the array, and this is the array elements, and this is the value with which we are comparing. Okay, so at first we have to go through all the elements of the array, right? So for that, we are using a for loop from 0th index to the last index, that is the size of that array. And at first we are going to initialize a boolean variable in which we will store a true or false value, and we will change that according to some conditions. Okay, so at first we are storing the left index value and right index value as I minus D and I plus D respectively. So let me just take the example 132154, right? So 131254, right? So at first the ith value is 0 here, right? And I minus D is somewhere here, and it is not existing. I plus D, that is I plus 2, it is present here, right? 1. So here the value is at first 0, right index. So in each iteration, the value of left index and right index will be increased and changed, right? So right index at the first iteration I plus D will be 2, right? So if left index is greater than equal to 0, no, because it will be negative, right? So it will not be executed. So it will go jump to the next if block, and here if it is true, then it will be changed. If it is not true, then it will not be changed. So let me take an example in which it will be true. So let's say that in next iteration, the value of I will be 1 here, right? The value of I is 1, and the left index will be 1 minus 2, so that is minus 1. And here the value of I plus 2 will be this. So I 1 plus 2, that is 3. So 0, 1, 2, 3, so that is 2, right? The value will be 2, but the index will be 3, right? So here we'll just compare if left index is greater than equal to 0 or not. If it is not, then it will jump to here, right? And right index is less than n. Yes, it is less than n. and it is tall or not. So at first we have marked it as true, right? So it will jump inside the if block, and there is another if block where we are comparing if heights I. So new value of I is 1, so heights I value is 3, right? So if 3 is less than equal to heights right index is equal to 3, right? Right index is equal to 3. So height right index is equal to 3, that is the value will be 2. So height right index 3, that is the value of this, right? 2. So 3 is less than or equal to 2. No, it is false. So it will not go inside this. So it will directly go to the next if block and it will be added. It will, so this value is not changed, right? So is tall, it is true already. So this value is not changed here because it is not executed. So if it is tall, then it will be increased. Okay, so total plus is equal to heights I. So this total we have initialized at the very beginning before the for loop, and it is added with the total variable. Okay, and then in the next iteration, the value of I will be 2. So the I is here at 1, right? So let me change the color. Okay, the value will be here, right? And the value of I minus 2 will be 1, I mean 0, right? And I plus 2 will be here, that is 4, but value is 5. So it will check if the left index is greater than equal to 0. Yes, so it will be executed here, right? So heights I, that is 1, is less than equal to heights left index. Yes, it is equal to the left index. Okay, it is equal to the left index. So it will go inside the is tall. So is tall will become false. It will become false. And here it will again check if right index is less than n. If right index, so basically we have to check two things, right? If the current index value is less than I minus d, sorry, is greater than I minus d and both I plus d. If it is, then we'll mark that as tall. If those conditions are false, then it will be obviously moved, like it will be skipped, right? So here we have checked that if it is tall, no, because it is already executed, so it will not be executed here. Okay, so it will directly go to the next iteration. Okay, I mean, because is tall is false, right? It will not never be executed again in the upcoming. So it will go to the next iteration and the value of I will be increased and the value of I will be 2. Sorry, the value of I will be 3 and the value will be 2 here, right? So it will check, compare with this value, compare with the next I plus d value, and it will again never be executed. And 5, in case of 5, it will check with this value and it will check with the next value. So it will be it will be marked as tall and it will be added with the total value, right? So this is the simple logic we have used. So let me just run it for you guys so that you can see and observe the right output. Okay, so as you can see, for the first sample input the output is 12 and for the second sample input the output is 2 as expected. Okay, so I hope you understood, guys, so what's the problem was and how did I solve. Guys, if you want the HTML, CSS, JavaScript code and SQL, also the pseudocode MCQ questions, then please visit topmate.io/techno_uf. The link will be given in the description box. Just visit and find Cognizant Prime materials and have that, and before it gets increased, right? So please have that. Okay, so let me go to the Python solutions. So Python solutions are provided as below. So as we did in Java, the same way we have been doing here. So calculate tall building sums. So 6 is the value of n and this is the array elements and this is the value of d. Okay, so this is the implementation of the function. The same way we are going through all the elements of that array and we are storing the left index value and right index value at each iteration and we are changing that dynamically, and then we are initializing one boolean variable and we'll change that according to the conditions. So we'll just have two conditions mainly. Two conditions are that if the current value of array is greater than the left index and right index both or not. Okay, if it is greater than both, then we'll add inside a total third variable. Okay, and we'll return the total after all the for loop iteration. Okay, so just the same thing we have done. So if you have not understood here, then please please go back to the beginning of this video and understand the Java explanation, and you will get to understand. Okay, so let me just run it. And as you can see, as expected, the output 12 and 2. So the exam is still live, so that's why I'm going to upload it very soon. So I hope it will be very much helpful for you guys. So guys, if you want this type of coding questions, and like as you can see how much dedication I have, guys, I have been working in my office and I have just come back for you guys to upload this video and going back to office. So please do subscribe and have this materials with you so that you can be more prepared. Okay, so thank you for today's session.